Good evening. It's another rant from the porch, which I won't be able to do on for another, maybe tomorrow. I might not all have to be done in the house because they'll be working on this porch and putting a clear roof on it to where I can have my plants out here a little bit longer in the fall and stuff, and earlier in the spring and stuff. And that way I don't have to have it inside so long because I'm on a special diet, so I try to eat a lot more fresh vegetables and things. It's important for me to stay alive. But anyway, some things, I mean, they're just literally, it's shocking. There's no end to what this administration will do. Okay, we already told you they were leaving children in vehicles. Okay, then, well, they're now leaving them just wherever they pick up people at. They're just leaving the children. They're leaving infants. Yeah, they're literally leaving infants, people. This is not who we are. Okay, we're better than this, America. We're not, I got mine, fuck you, and I'll do everything I can to keep you from getting yours. People, we're in a battle for democracy as well as the corporations and the super rich taking over this country. That's what we're in a battle for. Okay? And it's the soul of America. Are we going to allow the greedy ones like the Mr. Bailey from the It's a Wonderful Life? I know you got the older people, you got to understand that. And I think most of older Americans do. It's the young people. Go watch that movie and see who Mr. Bailey is. Well, that's what these corporations are trying to become. Okay, they are literally trying to take over the world because, again, like I told you before, they're making all the shops all the same size to where they can literally change out franchises as they go. Yeah. See, just truck in the equipment, which they'll have. If they have their way, they'll have a certain amount of warehouse that has certain special things in it that they just fill in the special things and they use that and go on. I mean, literally, guys, that's how far ahead they look. Okay, that's where AI is important to these corporations. Okay, that stuff's super important to them. These computers, everything else, that's important to them because any advantage they can get on us. It doesn't matter what computer. If they have a computer that's they can use that's better than us, or they're allowed that and we're not allowed that, you understand? If we're not allowed certain technologies down here at our low end, okay, we can be out of the game that quick because that's how much the computers mean and AI means. That's why AI has to be heavily regulated. If it's not in the proper hands, it can do a lot of harm. Okay, we've already seen the way that Elon's already tweaked his and he made it to a races. I mean, we've seen that. Okay? People, you need to understand, these rich people, they don't see you, me and you as people. We're just freaking numbers on the tally sheet for these people. Remember that, the great tally sheet to say in the sky? Well, we have corporations who keep tally sheets on us. Why do you think they want all the information? They want to sell the information. They want to suck every damn dollar out of us. Okay? They're literally, if they could make $1, if they thought they could make $1 off of us all pissing in a bucket and they could sell it and make money at it, they would do it. Okay? It has nothing to do with how good it is to humanity or anything else. The other thing is, like I'm telling you, go see the movie Soylent Green. That Soylent Green, where they live and all that is, that's done from society and the rich people doing whatever the hell they wanted till they ruined the world, the economy, the farming, had to do with the environment, people. If we don't take care of the environment, we don't have clean air or anything else, we die. And I'm going to tell you this, I don't know anybody that can suck all day on an exhaust pipe and be able to be decent and be able to think without them killing themselves. You can't do it. You will die. You may die slowly. But that you want to allow them to smog us till we're so damn dumb that when our child's born, they're an idiot. That's what happens, people. Those things have side effects. Science tells us that. Like I said, I can't believe some of the stuff. I mean, I can't even remember all the stuff today, but I tried not to because Monday's not a day that I pay attention to a lot of because I've had three things. They're working on the house, doing some work for me that I need done. I have help that comes on Mondays and stuff, and they spend all day with me, and they help me get things done and stuff, and come in and make sure that I'm okay. So, but yeah, I'm. There's just so much that he does. He crimes every day that I'm serious, people. We would have to. Someone needs to keep a daily tally, and I think they would have trouble keeping a daily tally of what he says of stupid stuff, and he promises every freaking day, and then make just a list of it, chronological, and see where we're at, and then compare that with the lies and how much of that came true. I guarantee you, it will be less than 2%. Okay? That's my guess. I mean, it'd be just a tick more, but my guess is 2%. Because that's how much the man lies. Because why? The lying that he's doing now, literally doing, everything that he tells you is a lie. If he happens to tell you a truth, it's because he told you his name. Okay? What I mean is that when he says Donald J. Trump, yeah, that's who Donald J. Trump is. That's the only truth there is. Everything else out of his mouth is a lie. And Marjorie Taylor Greene's turning against him. MAGA are burning their hats, people. Okay? They're talking about taking away the Native Americans' land, their reservations. We're going to screw them again after we screwed them the first time and took this country, and then we give them a treaty. And you know, America, we broke every treaty there is in the United States with the Native Americans. Every one. And they never broke one treaty with us. Okay? They never did. No major treaty did they ever break with us. But if you'll go and look at all the other treaties that they did break, the smaller ones that were out there and stuff, majority of them was caused by white people kept doing bad things to the Native Americans, period. I mean, you give them the North Dakota and you give them the Black Hills, and then you come back 10 years later because you need to fix the economy of the United States instead of just be honest with them, hey, we can't screw the guys over because our word means something. That's the racism in this country. Okay, that was nothing but pure D racism. You call it whatever you want to call it now. Oh, they get too much, but it was based on racism. And this country's got to get through the racism if we're ever going to get better. Because people, we are the third world country in the world compared to morals. You know why I say that and we are? Is because we're much more advanced. We're doing shit with computers to people that other people ain't doing. They're beating you with a club. Well, whether you beat them with a club or you take away all their food, you're still beating them. Okay, now he wants to make the 42 million people who he didn't want to give the food stamps to and the SNAP to. Now they have to re-sign up. How many of those 42 million are going to get their money this month? If they have to re-sign up. They want to prove who they really are. People. Jesus fucking Christ. You're going to allow this? That's why you cannot do things. That's why government moves slow, to give you a damn government lesson. If you move like this idiot is, this is the shit that happens. No, you move quick, yeah, when there's a danger. Don't get me wrong, we do. But before we make a whole full course, 180-degree direction, we sometimes have to figure it out and put in temporary things till we see what we caught up with. We're better at recognizing it now because there's much more data out there and much more people looking at it compared to the way it used to be locked away for years before someone asked to see it and signed it out. We have people that look at that stuff all the time. Not as many as I'd like to see, but we do. And that's how we are. That's all of us. If we don't do that, we don't go forward as a society. We don't go forward as a people. Okay? It breaks my heart to see what's happening to America. Okay? There are people who are going to have to go to jail for what he's doing. Okay? All you people that end up going to jail, in the end, I'm saying this right now. You can't blame anybody but yourself. Because we told you, and you didn't have the morals to stand up to a man, or you have those morals, and you're not a man. It disgusts me to see where America is. We have to stamp this out once and for all. We can't let it happen like we let it go during the Civil War. People got to go to jail. People got to be held accountable. Those are the ones who did this, that are highly involved in this. That's treason. Okay, people? I don't care whether you worked with a foreign country, you worked with the corporations in this country. Okay? That's treason. And someone needs to go to jail. They need, a few of them have to pay the ultimate price. And I could think of no better one than Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller needs to go away for a long time. It's horrible what he's having these people do to these immigrants in this country. Okay? Do you know why? And this is the other sick part about this, where we have a moral problem in this country. Is that apartment in Chicago that was raided? They took all the people and kids that were totally naked, and they zip-tied them and threw them in U-Haul trucks. Well, guess what? Not one of those people was an immigrant. You know what we're finding out as the investigations start happening? Is that was about moving immigrants out of there so they could raise the rent. That's what that was about. Until I see any different, that's what I'm sticking to. And if I'm wrong, I'll come back on here and apologize. But with algorithms, and certain buildings can change the neighborhood, you bet your ass I know this is being done. We already know it's being done. BlackRock is one of the companies that's doing it. We know this. They're using AI to do it with. Okay? So wake up. It's cool out here. The wind's blowing a little too strong. I'm going back in the house. Talk to you later.